Sorry for asking you, Arthur. Are you wearing that hat for a bet?
No. Please, no jokes, Dave. I've had a very harrowing morning supervising the packing of my luggage.
You gonna wait it?
2 weeks in Solo, oyster of the Adriatic. My plane leaves Heathrow at 16:40.
You taking her indoors with you?
Would I think of going without her?
Better than kissing her goodbye, eh?
Please, Dave.
Excuse me, do you know where I can find a Mr. Arthur Daly?
Who wants to know?
Sean Barker.
Well, who's Sean Barker?
Sean Barker, yeah? Charlie Barker's boy. Antique shop, Old Kent Road.
Charlie Barker?
Yeah, you remember Charlie Barker, Arthur? He was a good friend to you before he went away. Well, how is he now?
Away again.
So what are you doing down here?
Well, my dad told me to look you up.
No.
If all else failed.
That's nice, isn't it?
Oh, come on, it's a bit of bed and breakfast, isn't it?
Right. I'll tell you what I saw last week. It's down at It's a good restaurant there. There's that gold chain.
I can't possibly. I'm going away on holiday. You can't let the boy walk the streets. My plane leaves in a few hours. What am I going to do with him?
I know.
No, Arthur, you can forget it.
Look, don't be silly, Terry.
Don't be silly. This was supposed to be a holiday for me and all.
Look on it as an act of kindness.
I am not a baby minder.
Look, he's no baby, and his dad was very good to me.
So you look after him then?
I can't take him to the Costa packet.
Why not?
Terry.
Make a nice change from where he comes from. Where does he come from?
I don't know, somewhere north of Enfield.
Yeah, do him good, wouldn't it, all the time?
No, Terry, please. Look, her indoors will have the cases packed. She'll be in a terrible state.
Listen, you.
I knew I could rely on you.
No, I haven't said yes yet.
Give and take, Terry. Give and take.
Yeah, well, you doing all the taking again.
Sean, Terry, Terry, Sean.
Hello, mate.
I'll send you a postcard.
Then I'll send you the bill.
Yeah, of course, Terry.
Here, Arthur.
What?
You wearing that hat for a bet?
Drive on, my man.
What action should an operator take if storage is engulfed by fire? A. Empty the affected vessel. B. Drench the affected vessel. C. Empty nearby vessels. Or D. Drench nearby vessels. The answer is both B and D. Drench the affected vessel and nearby vessels. When relief valves lift, the threat to the integrity of the vessel is not so much the pressure of the boiling liquid inside as the effect of the fire on the outside. Here, the fire has so weakened the structure of the container that it's now unable to cope with the pressure of LPG inside. BLEVE, it's called. Boiling Liquid Expanding Vapor Explosion. BLEVE. Which is why these LPG vessels are protected by water sprays. Drenching the entire surface area of the vessel keeps it cool in the event of a fire and prevents a BLEVE. The LPG helps keep the vessel cool by absorbing heat, but in the vapor space there's no liquid, so it's here the integrity of the structure is most at risk during a fire.
So how are you feeding her?
Bottle.
Any problems with that at all?
No, fine. I did try breastfeeding.
Yes.
But she didn't want to know. She wasn't getting anything. So I put her on the bottle and she seems okay with that now.
And you're happier with that, are you?
Yeah.
And she's taking it okay. And no rashes or spots on her skin. She's lovely and alert, isn't she?
Yeah.
Nice bright eyes. Just have a look at her skin. Slightly jaundiced. Just slight yellow colouring of her skin, which a lot of babies get on the 3rd day. And it just disappears on its own. Are you hungry? Yes, I think you are. I think you are, darling. Let's give you to Mummy.
But whether it's a child or an adult that's the patient, whatever the treatment, whatever the reason for being in hospital, the underlying nursing philosophy is always the same.
Well, we're a caring profession. We're being trained to look after people.
Fantastic.
So what of our learners on their way to their first hospital? Their course has lasted 6 months so far. What have they been up to? What other circuit activities have you been doing?
Normal press-ups, squats, sit-ups, V-sits, sprinting.
How many of these could you do before you first came here? How much time are you spending doing physical activities like this?
Well, on average, about 3/4 of an hour every day.
What else have you been doing here?
A lot of revision for exams.
If you'd known you were going to have to do all this before you came, what would you have thought?
If, for every child in care, there really were this many families coming forward, then they might be able to pick and choose. Many thousands of children have no parents to care for them, and new ones can't be found because not enough families are coming forward. What they'd be looking for in new parents is someone who shares their interests, knows and understands their needs, the way they are. Someone who really cares. But it isn't like this. Could you look after someone else's child? Why not find out how to foster or adopt at the Social Services Department of your local authority?
So then the computer seeks other options until it finds the one that provides a solution that's the best way of all, the optimal. Huh. Now, it's just possible that the best solution is not unique. But although there may be other equally good solutions, they're no better. So once the computer is satisfied it has reached an optimal, that's it. Now, anyone, given time, can find an optimal solution. As my great-granddad used to say, time is a great teacher, but it kills its pupils. Dead now, poor old soul. Fortunately, the computer finds our solutions quickly. So if you turn back to your computer, there's some more detail in our oversimplified refinery model and the equations that lie behind the problem. When you think you've got your best answer, come back to me and I'll tell you how long the optimizer took to solve it. Then we'll look at some typical reports generated by one of the LP optimizer packages to see what else we can get out of them. So switch me off. I need time to reflect and coax a little equation of a different kind out of that unfeeling machine inside. Feeling hath no fellow. Someone used to say that, I'm sure.
I'm proud to inaugurate the Magnus Field. Our congratulations and admiration for all that you have accomplished for British Petroleum and for Britain.
own boss in teaching. You come into the unit and it's your unit, your children, and you do what you want to do. Obviously there's certain limitations, but not that many.
The limit to what can be attempted in the primary school is usually the extent of the teacher's imagination. These children are studying the differences between birds. Their interest began in the classroom, and the teacher, not wasting the opportunity, arranged this visit to the park, which also included work in other curriculum areas.
The computer now takes control of the entire operation and makes all the necessary adjustments for optimum machining. The depth of the machined cavity is monitored throughout, as is the level of efficiency.
Not everybody's like me and sends just a cheque and a payslip. This one contains a letter.
Dear sir, I know that I owe £150, but business is bad and £20 is all I can afford at present. I will try to pay it all when I can. In the meantime, I enclose £20. I hope this is all right. Yours sincerely, Robert Sharp.
And there's a cheque for £20, as he said, but no payslip. In this case, the local collection office let him pay the missing £130 in instalments. So, how come this turned up 2 weeks later?
Dear sir, I'm sorry that you were not satisfied with my £20 and that you've sent me a further demand. I had hoped that when I heard from you that I wouldn't have to pay any more until things picked up. Please tell me what I'm to do now.
Look, I know you're supposed to be hard, but let me try and explain. Giving blood is a very good thing to do. How can you be so cold about it? Don't you understand, without blood donors, there'd be no operations, or treatment for blood diseases, or for burns, or for newborn babies? People with haemophilia would bleed to death. Am I getting through to you? I don't know, they were right. It's like trying to get blood out of a... Oh, thank you.
There's no one I know who's had a good time on heroin.
Well, it's crazy to say that you don't get addicted because you do.
Many people nowadays are addicted to heroin by smoking. Your friends drift away from you, they don't want to know you. So who wants to know a drug addict?
I've lost all my friends. I've lost them all.
I didn't have a good time. It's just it's like a vacuum. It's not like living at all. You just do nothing all the time.
Now I'm broke and it's no joke. It's hard as hell to fight, don't buy it.
It's just not worth trying it. Before you know it, you will be caught in that trap, and you're not taking the drug because it's nice. You're taking it because you have to take it.
I wish I really never got involved.
And if you get hooked, baby, it's nobody else's fault, so don't do it.
I just feel like I've wasted a lot of my life, you know. About 6 years of my life just thrown down the drain.
It's just nothing but trouble.